Yours free with Computer Music Magazine this month is the Vice One compressor from Ignite VST. And this is no restricted version or demo, it's the full version worth $49.99. Here's a comparison of a mix without compression, then with Vice One used to add punch and flavour. Or how about adding solidity to a rock mix? To follow this tutorial, load the WAV files beginning rock onto separate tracks in a 93 BPM project in your DAW. Solo the drum track and load Vice One on it. The input-output meter shows the level of the incoming or outgoing signal. Flip the in-out switch to select which. The gain reduction meter shows you how much compression is taking place, and right now we can see that there's nothing happening. By default, the controls are set so that no compression is applied, but all you have to do is increase ratio to add a typical snappy, fast compressed sound to any signal. Gradually increase it until you reach the maximum of 10:1. This setting aims to reduce a signal that crosses the threshold to 1/10 that amount over the threshold. For example, a 9 dB reduction for a signal exceeding the threshold by 10 dB, bringing it down to just 1 dB above the threshold, which is set at -25 dB. So the ratio is essentially a compression strength control, and you can think of threshold as more like sensitivity. 10:1 is quite a strong ratio, but it lets us hear the effects of the compression really easily, so let's leave it there for now. Roll threshold right up to 0 dB and hear the compression vanish. The drum beat never reaches 0 dB, so it never triggers the compression. Put threshold back to -25 dB when you're done. Because compression reduces signal level, it's made the beat pretty quiet, and that's especially noticeable when we unsolo the track. Makeup gain brings the output level back up, so set it to about 3 so it's the same volume as the bypass signal. And by the way, some controls aren't numbered in Vice One because they're meant to be set by ear, but they do have markings so you can set specific values if needed. Solo the beat again and pull threshold down to -40 dB to add serious pumping attitude, increasing makeup gain to 8. Vice One features both analog and digital compression curves. Set the far left switch to digital for a more linear response that gives less transient pop and more body. The knee switch also alters the compression character. Hard means the compression kicks in at full ratio when the threshold is exceeded. Soft means the ratio increases gradually as the threshold is reached. it's a more subtle difference than the analog digital switch. Attack and release control how quickly the compressor reacts to signal peaks, and how long it takes to recover from them respectively. Increase attack for more punch and, well, attack. Turn it down to 0 for super fast transient crushing. Notice though that even this isn't fast enough to stop the sharpest transient edges from sneaking through the compression. Luckily, Ignite VST have a solution for that with the look-ahead control, which delays the audible signals slightly to allow the compressor to seemingly act ahead of time. Increase it to 12 o'clock to hear how the transients are completely rounded off. Now set attack and release to 2 to hear the effects of a slower release. The drums clearly fade back up in volume after each loud kick or snare hit. Finally, drop makeup gain and ratio to minimum and turn your attention to the saturation dial in the lower right. This adds colourful distortion to the signal. Turn it right up for the full effect, which is most noticeable on the kick drum. Increase input gain to 3 o'clock to push it even harder. Of course, Vice One's compression and saturation can be used together. Increase the ratio to about 1.7 until you've got a good balance with the bass and guitar tracks. One last piece of advice. The power button on the far left disables the entire plugin, including the meters, while the comp bypass button on the right does the same but leaves the input-output meter active. So that's Vice One from Ignite VST, and it's all yours for free with Computer Music 233. As well as premium mix processors, Ignite VST specialise in sound sources for hip-hop, trap and R&B producers. Get on over to their site, ignitevst.com, to find out all about their exciting range of plugins, expansions and sample packs.